Oh no, darn it.
Well, I'm glad that you still made the call
Yeah,
after everything that's been going on with you.
it's all good.
It's all good.
All good.
Um, promo codes.
Yes.
Yep, you have those, right?
Yes. And did you see they'll refill them?
Yes.
Whatever we use by Friday?
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So you were on last night's call. So this is my list right here. And they say pending next to it. I've never done that little trick before.
I know. I like that idea. I haven't tried that before either.
So I just kind of wrote them down that they're pending because we're
Mhm.
already talking like packs. And they were people in the Rise and Shine group, which they are totally loving it. So I'm finding that the 3 that I'm talking to actually like, and I gave them a sample of Shakeology too, like 1 packet because I had a bunch,
Mhm.
and they all like everything. So that would be amazing. Have deluxe packs out there.
Yes.
And I did when I like messaged them all today. I basically said, I switched up that message a little bit, but I just want to check in on like how they're doing and how they're feeling. And I said, I have, just so you know, I have 3 promo codes for $10 off, and I would love for one of them to be you by Thursday.
I
So
like
it's
it.
giving them, I only have 3, so it's showing that they kind of have to be, like responsive. Otherwise, they're
Yeah.
not going to get it. And they have till Thursday to use it. So that's also giving like a deadline. So fear of missing out and a deadline.
Yep.
And so the ones who are super active in it, obviously they have long-term goals. So I'm asking that again. Before we had talked about goals, but some of them I've been talking to for this one girl I've been talking to for at least 3 years. Somebody else on and off for like 2 solid years. Another girl, maybe a couple months. But obviously their goals have probably changed since like we last talked about that.
Oh yeah.
So I think asking what type of long-term goals do you have right now is a good question now that they're like in it and they kind of know that it's going to fit their lifestyle.
Mhm.
So yeah, 3 promo codes by Thursday. So let's
Nice.
definitely use those.
Yes.
You gonna use all yours?
Well, yeah, I got to get on the stick because I used one
Mm-hmm.
today, and then I have 2 more under me and 3 under Moira.
Oh,
So I have 5
oh,
that I need to make sure people use because
yeah,
seriously,
yeah,
$10 off. So
exactly.
yeah,
I mean, that's almost the cost of like some of these guys, paid $15 to get into this challenge. That's basically like they're getting it for free
yeah,
because $5 in shipping. So they basically just got the week for free.
yeah.
If you want to give them an actual value
Add
to
more value
what
to
they
it.
get.
Yep. Yep.
So, I also think like this Rise and Shine group, $15 to get in is making these people show up in that group. I don't know if you've taken a peek in there, but people are engaging, like they're all about it. They're showing their gratitude. Like some people are showing like their pages of their gratitude, which I feel is like very personal for them to be sharing as like a new person. Some of the things I'm not even willing to share on there yet. So that's huge to have like new people show up in there, and then they're commenting, like they're showing sweaty selfies or they're engaging in some way. But it is, if you offer like a free group, then they're going to treat it like a free group and not really show up in there. So
Yeah.
to get something physical in the mail, $15 from your personal coach, I think we're going to continue doing this. I don't know if it's.
I think you put some skin in the game. I think it
Mm-hmm,
forces them to put some skin in the game.
mm-hmm. So I don't know, as a team, if we do it, quarterly or monthly. I don't really know how that's going to play out, but I know that I've already had some coaches reach out to me from Project Fearless who didn't like take advantage of this particular group, but they're watching in there, and now they're like, oh wait, can I take this and do my own and like use the same stuff? I'm like, yeah, like you don't have to ask me for that, but that's cool that you did, but really anything you see, just use.
Yeah.
So I know a few of them are going to end up doing that. Last night's call on Instagram, how good was that?
That was awesome.
I loved her energy. I loved what tips she showed us. I liked that she showed us like examples of like real things.
Mm-hmm.
I just like took like pages of notes while I was on that call because there were like so many good pieces of information from that. Did you do an audit of your Instagram at all?
I did.
Like just a quick
I took a picture of it and just did a quick audit, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah, I'm missing business stuff
yeah.
big time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I realized too. And I was talking with Joan this morning actually, because we are totally on the opposite of the spectrum with that. And we've had this conversation before, but this like set it in stone. And we looked at like the past couple weeks, and she had a ton of people say yes and start coaching from that sneak peek that we did last week. She has like 6 new builders.
Right.
She
Because
doesn't
I'm posting about the business.
she doesn't have anybody in the Rise and Shine group.
Right.
I have 15 people in the Rise and Shine group, and I had 10 people in the sneak peek, none of which signed up or anything. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's because you didn't post on the bit about the business. She did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She posts a lot about the business opportunity, and that's why she got builders. I post a lot about fitness and challenge groups. Boom. I filled up my group. I actually had to add some more and like clear my cupboards because I had so many people. I only had 10 spots available, and then I ended up sending out 15 because I found random packets of Energize around my house because so many people were saying yes at like their last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So that just goes to show you taking an audit of yourself and doing this. F for fitness, E for entertainment, B for business. Taking that last night, I was like, well, no wonder I didn't get any builders. I had one business one, and it wasn't even really, it was more of like a teeter-totter on the challenge group and coaching. So I can't, it was almost like a F/B. Like
Yeah.
if I really looked at that post, because I was talking about sending out and like gift giving, and that I had 15 people in my that wanted in on this challenge, and I was talking about like coaching for me is like that gift giving, like I love doing that. So it was kind of like a F/B.
Mm. But if it's a combination, it's going to confuse anyway. I mean, it's not going to be a clear
Mm-hmm.
message
A
to
clear
them about.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that was kind of so, I'm going to start going back to what I used to do back with 80-day obsession, was putting at least 2 posts up about coaching per week. One of them, was more of like a sprinkling coaching, and then the other one was like an invite to learn about coaching in some way. So I just realized I need to go back to that.
Same here.
And Joan realized she needs to talk more about like Ryan and the dog and like, things that aren't just beach
Personal
body.
stuff. Yeah.
But I thought that was a cool little thing for us to all, engage with.
Yeah.
And I love that her team did a challenge where it's like, how are you fitting in coaching? So like for you, Erica, you have a lesson plan to do tonight. You juggle like a million things. Like, how are you fitting it in? Like you right now is so relatable.
Yeah. And we don't even think I don't even think to post about that.
Mm-hmm.
And because I look at it as I just need to do it, it's just part of what I do.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even know if I put like a amount of hours that I used to spend, like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I used to work so much in my car,
Hmm.
like so much. I would get to a business meeting for work and I would get there like, I would spend like maybe 5 minutes after the meeting in my car responding to messages or sending them out.
Yeah.
Or I would get to when I was like doing all these sports leagues, I would get there sometimes because I wouldn't go all the way home because that was like 45 minutes out of my way. I would just get there a half hour early and I would work my business right before I went in to start bowling for the night in my league. Like all these different times that I was working in my car all the time. Did I ever post a picture of like me working in my car? No, but I probably will now.
Hmm.
I'll probably
Yeah.
set it up and go in my driveway and, you know, because those are the things that are going to be relatable to people.
Yeah.
Or sitting on the couch at night when I used to watch, or now I still do sometimes, but there was a long period of time there where I didn't watch any TV. And that was when I was working full time. That was when I was like going all in with Beachbody. That was all the things, right? There were many times where I wouldn't have the TV on, or I would have the TV on, but now I was working instead of, scrolling Pinterest or something like that, like brainless stuff.
Hmm.
So even just showing, I liked how she showed pictures of her team working in their pockets of time
Yeah.
because that's what's relatable. Or even sitting at a doctor's office, like waiting for your appointment. I used to do that too. 20 minutes waiting for a doctor's appointment. Yeah, I would respond to messages. 'Cause what
Yeah,
else
it's
am I going
normal
to do?
everyday stuff that we don't think about, that we're doing it,
Hmm.
but we don't think about sharing that piece.
Hmm. Yeah. So I would love for all of us to like start sharing more of that, right?
Yeah.
Like just have that kind of like top of mind as you go through your week and you realize, oh, I'm working right now. Where am I right now? Like, what am I doing? um, I also just quickly, we have like 5, 10 more minutes left. I did want to share something Instagram wise that seems to be working very well. Um, And I know people can get overwhelmed with Instagram, like, oh my God, I should be doing this and that, whatever. But if it's more focused, so I'm focusing on like one thing each day with Instagram, not like 5 things. Before it could be like, oh, I'm going to message my story watchers and I'm gonna add new followers and I'm gonna like and comment on people and I'm gonna follow this blogger or whatever, right? Finding your people different ways or using hashtags and trying to find people that way. So I was part of like a Kickstart to Client. It was a small basically virtual class that I took with somebody that I follow on Instagram. She was awesome. Like I've followed her for many years now. Um, and she broke it down, like for example, like Monday, you take 10 or 15 minutes and only that amount of time each day. You search a hashtag and you dig deep. You search a hashtag, you click a picture that you like, and then you look at those particular people who liked it and go, basically the 5-3-1. So like 5 pictures, comment on 3, and then I send them a direct message and say, hey, I love your feed. I see you're into craft beer too. Like, what's your favorite brewery? Or hey, I see you have a chocolate lab. How old? Like just like, hey, I love your page type of thing. And I'm not even clicking the follow button yet because I don't want to end up with like a ton of people that I'm following. I'm having trouble like lowering that number, so I'm not even clicking the follow button. But I'm sending them that direct message like right away because they're like my people. And I'm getting a very high rate of people responding back to that. Not only responding back, but then watching my stories. I don't know if you're like into stats or whatever, but out of like 10 people I do that to on Mondays, I'm on average like 7 people responding back,
That's huge.
which is huge. Yeah, because it's like the simplest message
Yeah.
and you just engage with things that are on their page.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like an example of Monday. Tuesday, then you look at your current followers and you basically, like and comment on their stuff and send them a message. These are people who are already following you. And now you're liking, commenting, and messaging them. Doing that 5-3-1 type of thing, only on the people who already know who you are, which is even warmer.
Right.
Again, 10 to 15 minutes. Wednesdays, go to current follower stories. So at the very top, you automatically see the stories that you already watch. Scroll all the way over and start watching people's stories that you have never seen before. Send them like a quick, like if you think something's funny, like send them something. It goes directly to their messages. That's like the easiest thing to do. Tuesdays, you can go to Thursdays, sorry. Current followers was Wednesdays. Thursdays is suggested accounts. So with that, there is a button where you can go to, basically it's based on people that you already engage with, and you can go under like suggested accounts and start looking to see if like anybody jives with you there. It's kind of like just a different way of doing the hashtag thing. It's like finding new people. Again, it's like the 5-3-1 thing though. Like you go to their page, like, comment, send them a message. Instagram automatically suggested certain accounts for you, basically. And then Fridays, check out your own stories and see who's watching it, send them a message, then go watch their stuff too. So Fridays is kind of more of that, because you're going to find that if you're looking at your stories every day and your watchers, a lot of them are going to be the same. Mm-hmm. But when you just put in all the work like Monday through Thursday of like finding these new people, all of a sudden Friday you're going to be like, oh my God, there's like so many new people that are watching my stories and that I can reach out to. So it's more structured, because I was finding I didn't have like a system. So you just kind of like do whatever. And, the business activity tracker is great. It says like a certain time period for that, which I was doing, but it wasn't working that well for me because I wasn't really doing anything that well, I guess, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So
I'm struggling with Instagram, so I think if I followed that process, it would actually be a process.
Yeah. And I can put something in the team page tomorrow, which basically shows that, in like a little graphic type of thing. But I've been doing it for like 4 weeks now, and 3 of those people that I said, responded back. 3 of those people got in the Rise and Shine group.
Nice.
Yeah, which is huge. One of them is in Canada, which, come to find out, I'll never be shipping out to Canada again because you have to like fill out custom forms. I learned that the hard way. However, it wasn't a big deal. The other person was from Colorado, and the other person was from Santa Monica, like probably like same town as Beachbody headquarters. So I thought that was pretty cool. That 3 people, and that's why I'm sharing this, because if it didn't work, then I wasn't going to share it. But that's working for me right now. and it gives me some traction, and it's fun because you're finding like people who like the same interests as you.
Right. And it goes back to the basis of this business is building connections,
Mm-hmm.
making connections with people, making relationships, building relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all I got for tonight. Do you have anything? I know you have some work to do.
Yeah.
You have some
No.
cupcakes to make or cool.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you, Meg.
Let's all use our promo codes by Thursday. Thursday night at midnight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Done. I haven't sent out any yet, but they will be happening tomorrow and tonight, actually.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.